Okay. So welcome everyone. This is the info session for the Doctorate School of Environmental Sciences on the University Eötvös Loránd. I'm Thomas Peter Lange. I will present you here the information related to our doctorate school. And I've here with me two essay students, Rostami Parsa Mostaba and Abbassadeh Gorkmaz. So in the next approximately 50 minutes, 1 hour, I will introduce you our doctorate school. We will have some talks with the two students, and I hope you get to know everything what you want to know about our doctoral school. So the first is some basic information about our university. It was established in 1635 by Archbishop Peter Pázmány. And the university got its name from Eötvös Loránd, who is a very famous physicist, mainly known for its torsion balance experiments. And our university is located in Budapest, Hungary, but it's not just, we don't have only there our buildings. We have also some institutes in two other Hungarian cities called Szombathely and Nyíregyháza. We have 8 faculties, so we are quite big. And we have a lot of students, as you can see, and we have very famous alumni like Szent György Albert, who you can see on the image. And we are very proud to have these alumni. So where are we located? We are in Central Europe. In the left image, you can see Europe, and the right image, you can see Hungary. And Budapest is just located in the center of Hungary, as you can see with the star. And the other two cities are shown as well. So on the left side, you can see Szombathely with the red dot. And on the right part of the image, you can see the other city, Nyíregyháza. Our faculty, so the Faculty of Science, is located in Budapest. But we have also some collaborations with the Institute which can be found in Szombathely. So I mentioned that we have 8 faculties. These are listed here, and the Faculty of Science can be found in 2 buildings. So the 2 top images are the 2 buildings where we have our Faculty of Science. In the left image, on the upper left image, we have so the Institute of Physics, of Chemistry, and on the right upper image, we have the Institute of Biology, Geography and Earth Sciences, and Mathematics. And of course, the environmental part, so the Institute of Environmental Sciences is located in both of the buildings, because it is a multidisciplinary science. So because of that, we are all over the place in the 2 buildings. So now I want to talk some words about the Faculty of Science. We have 6 institutes. I've mentioned some already. And one of those is the Environmental Science Center, where we have a very big collaboration with. So a lot of students who are already who are in our PhD school come from the Environmental Science Center. But we have also a lot of students who are working in other institutes, because all their topics are, because they're multidisciplinary, they are very much related to the other institutes as well. The Faculty of Science has 4,173 students, from which a 10th are doctoral students. We have a lot of research groups, and we have a huge variety of doctoral courses that you can attend to. Also, again, all are all distributed in all the institutes which are listed above. In our we have 6 doctorate schools in the 6 institutes, which means that every institute has its own doctorate school. And in these 6 doctorate schools, we have 27 doctoral programs, and we are one of the doctorate schools which has 4 programs, and I will just talk about this. So the Doctoral School of Environmental Sciences was founded in 2005. We had our first students in 2006. It is the youngest doctorate school of the Faculty of Science, and it has 4 programs, which I mentioned earlier as well. Because all the programs, so I mentioned that environmental science is a very multidisciplinary science. The 4 programs are distributed all over the institutes, as I've mentioned. So, for instance, environmental biology is very much connected to the Institute of Biology, but we have also environmental chemistry, we have environmental earth sciences, and environmental physics. So all the topics, all the students are part of one of these programs, and have a very big connection to the head of each program. So there's always a conversation going between the students and the head of the programs. We have 9 core members in our doctorate school, and we have 150 accredited staff members. It's quite a high number, but it is required because of the huge variety of the topics that we are working with. So it means that for each topic, we have a few scientists who are helping the students, supervising the students, and doing research in environmental sciences. We have more than 50 active PhD students, and which include also SH students. And we are considered we are in the first 3 largest doctoral schools related to environmental sciences in Hungary. So I've mentioned earlier that we have a close collaboration with the Eötvös Loránd University Center for Environmental Sciences, which is found in the Faculty of Sciences. And I've mentioned earlier that we have a lot of students coming from that institute. So there is a possibility to already have a bachelor and master education related to environmental sciences. And so we have also a lot of courses related to environmental sciences on master's teaching, and it is very important that their PhD students can also attend these courses if they would like to hear these as well. So, as I mentioned earlier, we prefer multidisciplinary studies projects because these can benefit not just the science but also the ecology and the population. So we are working with water qualities. We are working with renewable energy, for instance, CO2 emanation, which is a quite hot topic. So we're working with that as well. But we are also working with radioactive materials, but also the effect of society on the environment as well. So this is also very important because we are building a lot of roads. We have a lot of cities, and this is, of course, disturbing the plant and animal environment. So it is very much needed to study these effects. So as you can see, we have a lot of topics, and we will come back to some of them later. So as we have 4 doctoral programs in our doctoral school, it also means that the student who is part of one of the programs has to work on one of the departments if the student is working on our university. And I've listed some departments here related to these programs, like in the case of the biology program. We have students working on the Department of Microbiology, but if you are part of the chemistry program, you can also work on the Department of Physical Chemistry if your supervisor is connected to that department. So that's why we are distributed in the two buildings, as I mentioned earlier, because the departments are located in both of the buildings. But students are not just working only in our university. We have also students who are working in external institutes, like for instance the two institutes what I show here, the Institute of Soil Sciences or the National Public Health Center. Students who are working there have a supervisor in these institutes, and most possibly have also a supervisor who is working in the university. I've listed some other research centers as well, and this means that we have a huge collaboration with these institutes, and it is very important because these institutes have also additional instruments which you can use for your studies. So a collaboration is sometimes needed, but it benefits also the student because the student can learn a lot by using these instruments. So that's why we have a lot of possibilities. And if you become a student of our doctoral school, it will take you 4 hours to finish 4 years, the study, which is divided in 2 parts. So that's why we have a 2 plus 2 years, which we consider that different apart from each other. The first 2 years is that the student is listening to special courses related to its study, and doing at the same time basic research, just to give a very stable idea for the research of the student. And attending courses means that the students in our doctoral school has to attend 8 courses, because you have to get a certain amount of credits by finishing these courses. But these don't necessarily have to be just on our university. You can participate in short courses also in foreign countries, which are very much related to your study. So that means that when you finish there, for instance, this short course, you do there an exam, and it gets accepted by our doctorate school, then you can count it as one of the courses for your study. After 2 years, you have to do a midterm exam, which means that you have to give a report about your progress in the first 2 years. And this means that you have to hold a presentation, and you will have to researchers who will ask some questions related to your research, just to make sure that you're doing well, having a good progress. And besides this, you will have also very small oral exam related to 2 topics, which will again be with the 2 researchers who are asking some questions, just to give some additional ideas what directions you can go into with your study. So that's also a bit so could be beneficial for you. After your midterm exam, and if you succeed this exam, you have a third and a fourth year where you just focus on your research. This means that you don't have to attend any courses. Of course, if you would like to go abroad for a short course or have a short course here in Hungary or our university, you can still attend, but it's not necessary to accept it in our doctoral school because you just have to focus and finish your research, get your results, and you have to write uh, two papers. One of the papers is should be where you are the first author, and the second paper is preferred if you are the first author, but it's not necessary. After you have finalized your papers, they're published, and you've written your thesis, we have in our doctorate school a so-called pre-defense, which means that you will have a presentation, and after the presentation, two scientists who've read your thesis, what you've written until then, will give you ideas and some recommendations about what to change or how you can improve your thesis just before submitting. After this, you submit your thesis, and you will have your defense according to how you plan it, and of course together with your supervisors. What is very important that in every year we have a so-called annual report, and in this annual report you have to again give some information about your progress. In this case, this is a kind of a conference here in our doctorate school, and there you get some ideas from the program leaders, just how your progress is going, or what part of your topic you should focus on, or is it enough, or you should work a bit more on your results because you're a bit behind. So about our doctoral website, so we have two websites. One of the websites, and I will mainly talk about this, contains all the information about our doctorate school, and the second website is connected to our first website, where you can apply for the doctoral school, and of course you can find there some additional information as well. And I will just talk about the first website. So when you when you open our website, this is the first thing what you see. You see that there are a lot of topics. These are all written by our students, all about their research. So this is also a way to get some idea about what we are working in our doctorate school. And you have there some menus, and we will just quickly go along these menus. But if you first want to look what about into these topics, it is easy. You can just click on it, and there will be a small introduction where they describe the topic they are working on. This will become continuously uploaded, so new topics. So it's also good to check it regularly. So the second thing which can be useful is information about the management of the doctorate school, because here you can find the head of the doctorate programs and the head of the doctorate school. And this is very important because if you have some questions related to the doctoral school, you can write them and you can ask the questions even if it's related to your application, or if you plan to visit, to attend, not this year but later on, you can just contact us, and we will all try to answer you as soon as possible. We have another menu which is about the history of the doctorate school. I talked about it, most of this, and you can find here everything, also about the annual reports, or about the pre-defense, or other requirements. So it is also recommended to read this. If you're interested in the doctoral school, and you want to know what kind of topics are open when you want to apply, just click on the current research topics, what you can see now, and you will be directed to an external website, which looks like this. And here, all the research topics are listed with the thesis supervisors. And as you can see, the deadline for the application is still on, so you can go apply if you want to. Of course, it is recommended to write supervisors. You can see here the active topics, and if you go along these topics, you can see that there's a huge variety of interesting topics to apply for. So we are working, for instance, also with cement, but also with micrometeorology, and we have also weed ecology, which can be very interesting. So, or climatology. So I recommend you to look into these. And of course, if you are interested in one of the topics, just click on the thesis supervisor, and you will be directed to the profile of the supervisor, where you will find the email address, and you can just contact the person. For the PhD students, so if you want to know what other regulations are active for the PhD students, just click on the credit rules and the topics for the complex PhD exam, because here every information is listed. And for instance, what I've talked about earlier, on the left side you see the credit rules, and in the center part you find the amount of credits which is needed for your study, and you can see that you have also research credits, but you can also see how much semesters you are finishing in your PhD school. On the right side, you can see the topics of the complex exam. So you can see that each each program has its own topics which you can apply for in your exam. So you find here also all the informations, and you can also find all the courses. So inside in the credits rules on the left side. So in the lower part, you see already the first two courses. But of course, if you go to the website, you will find a huge amount of courses you can attend to. So if you're interested in those as well, recommend to visit it. Of course, we have a lot of supervisors. Those are the accredited scientists I talked earlier about. We have listed them as well. And we have also additional regulations, what you can see in on our website. And what is very interesting is the last part. It are the publications of the students. So every student, as I mentioned earlier, publishes at least two articles during its PhD study. And we are very happy to share these on our website, because in a way it's also an honor for us to show these to everyone. And so if you are very interested in the topics of and also the journals where the students are publishing, you can just visit this publication part of our website and just scroll and look into it. You can see also in the listed 6 publications. These are beneath each other. You can see that how different each topic is. So it's never strict. It is because, as I told you earlier, a very multidisciplinary science. So everything is welcome here. Besides publications, students have a lot of opportunities. But before we talk about those, before I talk about a few of those, I want to just add some additional information about the publications, because our university has a lot of contracts with publishers, which are, for instance, which are listed here. And these publishers provide an open access publications. This means that as a student, you will have a very high chance to publish in a very high-ranked journal, which belongs to these publishers. So this is also a very good thing for us to for our students, that we have this opportunity. Of course, you want to do your research in our university, if it's possible, of course. So what I mentioned earlier, we have a collaboration with other institutes, but first aim, of course, is to do it in our university. And the university, fortunately, has a lot of instruments that you will have access to if your research requires it. So, for instance, one of the research facilities which we have in our university has a lot of instruments which provide high quality data of your material. And one of the instruments I want to show you is the so-called focused ion beam scanning electron microscope, what you see here also on the image. Because a lot of scientists, so biologists, chemists, physicists, earth scientists, use this instrument because of the high quality data, what I mentioned to you. So this is also very good because the Faculty of Science helps you in this way a lot to do this research. Of course, you have it's very important that it should highly relate to your topics. But if, of course, it is also if additional so instruments are needed which can't be found in our faculty, because, as I mentioned earlier, we have a collaboration with other institutes. You can visit those institutes as well, and so you won't lack of any instruments. So you will for sure finish every research, every question. You can answer every question of your research. So, for instance, external institutes are, for instance, institutes where if you have a supervisor, besides the supervisor here on the university, you can visit that institute as well. So I mentioned that we are so a lot of scientists are using the instrument what we see here on the image. So FIB-SEM, and some interesting images I just want to show you what this instrument can do. So, for instance, if you're working in biology and you want to see the effect of the humans on the environment, and if it has some changes, for instance, on bugs, on their bodies, you can make very nice high quality images just to examine their surfaces, for instance. If you're working in chemistry, you're very interested in the organic chemistry. So you want to study organic crystals, like, for instance, the sugar crystals, So you can do this as well. Or if you're working with plants and you want to study how they are working, how they are moving, you can what they are using to move. Then you can just, or to breathe. Then you can just make scanned images of it as well. So these are just few examples. We have a lot of other opportunities as well. But I mentioned that we have, so the Faculty of Science has a lot of equipment, machinery, and I just listed here the numbers, which is a minimum of numbers, which are on our, so the numbers of the machineries, equipments of each institute. So this means that, yeah, you have a lot of possibilities. When you're working at university, you will have will be connected to either internet network. This is very good because if you will travel abroad to, let's say, short courses to other universities, then you can also have internet on other universities. So this is also, in a way, makes it a bit easier to move around, also in Europe, if you're connected to this network. And should you want to attend conferences or what I mentioned, short courses, and you need support, then we have a talent support council in our university, which funds students to travel to conferences. So you can get funded by registration fee, and you can also for the travel itself, or if you are renting a room, you can also ask support for that. But also for the if the short courses have some require some fees as well, you can just apply for these fundings. So this is also, again, very very important and very useful for the students who are studying here. So these are some informations I wanted to tell you about, and possibilities about our doctoral school. And now we will go to the two. We'll talk with two essay students who are here with us. So Gorkmaz and Rostami. First, I would like you to, if you can, just introduce yourself, tell a few words about yourself, where you came from, and what is your research you're working on here in our university. So, Gorkmaz, you can start, and if you finished, Rostami, please continue.
Sure. Hello, Tomasz. Thanks for the invitation also. My name is Gorkmaz from Azerbaijan, and I'm doing my PhD here at the ELTE Environmental Sciences. I would say, one of the luckiest ones, actually, to have the opportunity to work at the two different departments, as the microbiology and geochemistry, which I have much chances to work with diverse fields of the science and to work with different professionals. Yeah, and so my research actually is related to the metal contamination and the bioremediation, which is a science where we can use the microorganisms to remove the contaminants from the environment. It's one of the hot topics, I would say, and not only in Hungary, but for the international community also. It has a lot of advantages.
Okay, Rostami. Thank you, Gorkmaz.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Thomas, for your informative presentation. Thanks, Gorkmaz. My name is Mojtaba Rostami Parsa. You can call me if you have any question, Rostam. I'm another PhD student in environmental science, and I'm a third year PhD student. That my research is about conditioning of radioactive waste in cementitious material. And I'm here if you have any question. It's my pleasure to answer and to help you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, Gorkmaz, you mentioned that you're working on two departments. So, Department of Microbiology, if I heard correctly, and on geochemistry. And how is it to work on these two departments? So, is it easy or is it hard to move around, or how is it for you?
That's a good question. I think mainly for the PhD student, it's interesting. In general, PhD is a challenge, but it has a lot of benefits. You are learning, you are developing yourself, you are gaining a lot of new skills. And in my case, I would say I learned how to organize my time, how to organize my work, because same time, let's say I need to complete two different tasks, two different experiments at the same time, but I am able to do that. I'm learning a lot actually, because in both departments we have a lot of professionals, scientists. They already got a lot of experience, so I'm always in touch with them. I can learn, how to move forward efficiently with my research. I would say that's quite nice.
Yeah, it sounds very good. Yeah, and Rostami, if I'm correct, you're also working. So you're not only working on our university, so you're also working in another institute, if I'm correct, right? And how is it for you? So how is it to move around the two institutes?
Yeah, I wanted to add some point to Gorfma's sentences about this. In cooperation between these two faculty. I think this is one of the most important benefit of ELTE University, that most of the departments are so flexible to get a relation with the other department and even other institute, even from out of the ELTE University. And as you mentioned, and now I'm working, or it's better to say I'm studying in ELTE University and also in Center for Energy Research in Hungary. It's a totally different organization with the ELTE University. But as I mentioned, because as far as I understood, the ELTE University is a so flexible organization, it can get a good relation with the other institute, and they are not so serious about the paperwork, because they are focused on learning and to teaching and to developing the student. And yeah, as you mentioned it, here I'm working with these two institutes, that it can make some opportunity for a student that they want to learn more and they want to advance their knowledge, to get a relation not just for the academic institute, either to the industrial organization in Hungary. And I think I think it's one of the most important advantage of the ELTE University.
Thank you very much. Sounds very good.
Yeah.
So, question to Gorkmaz. So, because you're working in a very multidisciplinary you're working on very multidisciplinary topic. It also requires to move sometimes abroad, right, for extra additional, let's say, knowledge, because let's say they develop something very new abroad and you want to bring back the knowledge here. Did you have any chances to go abroad for, let's say, I think these could be short courses or something like this? And if yes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Go on, sorry.
that's true. I think if you are the student of the ELTE, you have a lot of opportunities to build connections with external universities from different countries. Yeah, during my research, also this PhD research time, I had a lot of opportunities to join short courses, workshops outside in different countries. Plus, sometimes we are writing the proposals to collaborate, to work with different universities. One of the experience, for example, I can give some details. For example, I've joined the workshop in Germany in 2018. That was to learn how to use the secondary ion mass spectroscopy instrument. That was quite a nice experience. That was 2 weeks of workshop, but during that time, that was in Potsdam City, the research center. We joined this workshop. We learned a lot about the instrument. At the same time, we had opportunity to visit other research facilities in other cities of Germany, like Leipzig, Dresden, and what we learned there actually. So we had the opportunity also here to discuss with the colleagues, to give some presentations here to explain what we have learned.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Sounds very nice. And so, a question to Rostam. So,
yes.
Yeah, so because you mentioned you're a third year PhD student, I guess that you have met also other students from the country you came from. And are there any possible opportunities that to meet other students? So it means that if you are coming here as a Stipendium Hungaricum student, of course I guess you're not alone, so you're meeting other people. So okay, so can you tell us something about this?
Yeah, as far as I understood, ELTE University is an international university, and of course it has a high rank in international rankings. That therefore it's a aim university for many foreign students to select the ELTE University. Of course, as you can see, there are a lot of nations. There are a lot of nation students here from Asia, from America, even from Europe, as far as I know, and especially for Asian and for American students that they want to study abroad. I think ELTE University with a lot of opportunity. I mean, scientific opportunity is one of the best choice that it can. This university can prepare everything, really everything for studying in a calm situation, in an advanced situation, and in a scientific high-ranking university. I think everything here in ELTE University, for me at least, everything was ready. Everything is ready to study and to advance your knowledge and to be a real scientist, as far as I know. And of course, there are a lot of students from different countries, even from, as I mentioned, from Europe countries.
Yeah. Thank you. It's very nice. And a question to both of you, because you are working already for a few years here. Is there a collaboration with other SH students? So you're working in a group with others? And if yes, are there any SH students there as well? And how do you see their opportunities compared to yours?
Korkmaz, please.
Let me give some details. Yeah. Actually, in both departments, we are working with different PhD students. We are in the same team. In the geochemistry, for example, we are in the same project. It's an urban geochemistry project, and we do our research from different point of views. of this project, and it's quite international team. We have different PhD students from, for example, Mongolia, Vietnam, Ecuador, and all of them are having the same aim to do the research, to find out the details, to explain more about the environmental problems. And in most cases, we have some overlaps in the research, and we always help each other to solve this if there is some problems or this task.
Okay, sounds very good. Yeah.
Yeah, let me to say just some more sentences about this issue. As Gorkmas mentioned, and as I said, there are a lot of students from the different countries that, as Gorkmas mentioned, they are organized in a very professional teams, and here I think there isn't any conflict between the nation or between the ideas. Here you can just focus on the science and in your idea. I mean in your scientific ideas, and there are a lot of opportunity and ability and possibility to use different collaboration. I mean different relation from between the ELTE University and other university and other industrial organization. Therefore, yeah, of course, as you mentioned, that ELTE is one of the best choice, and maybe it's for someone, or maybe it's for some nation at least. ELTE University in Hungary is one of the is the first choice, at least as far as I know.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That sounds very good. Yeah, and it's also nice to hear that there's no conflict between scientists. Science is just science, and people are working together in harmony. That sounds very good. Yes,
of course.
Like an environment.
This is necessary. As far as I know, this is necessary. You should have a free mind. You should be just focused on your study. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's very good because it very well correlates with the environmental sciences. It doesn't have borders as well, so it's
of course.
So it sounds very nice. Yeah, so these were actually a few questions I wanted to ask you. I'm very happy to hear what you said, and yeah, thank you very much. So for this opportunity that you're here with us, and I wish you all the luck for the upcoming time until your PhD defense, of course.
Thanks a lot, Thomas. Thanks for this opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you.
So I have some additional slides left to show. Because if you're interested in our PhD school, in doctoral school, and you want to attend or apply for our doctoral school, it can be done easily. Just visit our website. There you can find this webpage at the faculty, which sends you further to the external website, what I mentioned earlier when I mentioned that you have two websites. Because this website is a domain of our university, and here you can find the summary of our doctoral school, so some informations. You can click there on Apply Now, and so here on Apply Now, and then you will directed again further to this page, where if you scroll down, you can find information about the documents, what are needed for the application. So this is highly recommended to look if you are interested. And so this is what I wanted to say in the end. If I don't know if there are questions. If there are. Hi, Monet. Yeah, thank you for being here with us. Thank you very much. So we had a question. If you are accepted to the university, can we work on any doctoral thesis program we want among these four programs? So when you got accepted to the university, you will have a topic on what you will work with. And of course, to finalize the topic, well, yeah, you have to discuss it with your supervisor. This topic will belong to one of the programs. So if the topic is free, of course, you can work with that. The important thing is that it should fit into the program, and of course into the environmental science. So that's what I can answer you. We got another question. Do international doctoral students need to stay in Budapest for 4 years, or is it possible to do the PhD from home? So you can, because we have a COVID situation now, and those are the pandemics, there is a strict regulation about traveling between countries. So the possibility to work from home, yeah, so there's a possibility to do that. You can attend lectures, courses online. We have a platform for this. So it is not necessary to come here to the university, only if it's really needed, or if you do some experiments, for instance. So question, how many Iranian students are studying there? Well, that's a good question. Maybe I will direct this question to Rostamir. He's coming also from Iran. Maybe he has some idea about this.
Okay. Currently, based on the static data, there are around 2,500 Iranian students in Hungary that they are studying in several cities in Hungary. I mean, Szeged, Debrecen, Miskolc, Veszprém, Budapest, mostly, of course, Budapest and Debrecen and Szeged. But of course, many of them are such a student. But anyway, many of them are student in medical science and something like this. But anyway, here in ELTE University, you are not alone. There are a lot of Iranian students that they are in different faculty of the ELTE University are studying here.
Yes, and if you got accepted, and as an Iranian student, you can just contact Rostami. So he will help you.
Yeah, it's not a general sentence, but let me just to say more that here we have an Iranian Student Association, registered one, I mean the governmental registered association for Iranian students. Many of your friends are in that association, that if you come to Hungary, you can join us and you're most welcome.
So we have another question. When will the final admission results be announced? That's a good question. What I can say is that during the summer, yeah, I to be honest, I don't know the final date, but you will get for sure a message about about acceptance.
Thomas, sorry, because I had the same situation about this last question. For the foreign student, as I can remember, at the beginning of the September, okay, of course, the accepted student will get the final result until the beginning of the September, and after that, you should prepare yourself. You know, during the several months before the September, you will get the result of different section. I mean, from the governmental acceptance, after that the university acceptance, after that from maybe the faculty acceptance. But you are informed, you will be informed about the result. But finally, before the September, the final decision will send to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Rostami. So we got another question. What are the job opportunities for international PhD students after getting the degree? Okay, so I think I will forward this question to the two SH students, to Gorkmaz and Rostami, if you happen to know information related to the question.
Yeah, as far as I know, if you got already your PhD degree, you would have the wide area to work. Even at the ELTE itself, if you have the PhD, and you can follow your postdoc program here, or if you want to work as a scientist, you have such opportunities because the doctoral school is providing some additional financial sources. So, but if you don't want to work at the university, then the other companies also accepting the PhD students, because the PhDs are generally, let's say, having much experience in the related topics. So I don't think you will have any problem with finding a job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the Gorkmaz answer was clear and complete, I think.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I see that we have another question. Do you need to bring your own research topic, or can a new student join into research projects already running at the university? So as far as I know, the student who is applying, applies for that specific topic. So the student joins a research group, meaning that in most of the cases, at least as far as I know, the student starts a new topic. But I've heard from other students so from some students that the student came with samples from the area where the student is living. There's some environmental question related to that area, and of course the supervisor said, "Okay, let's start that, or at least continue that research." But it's very important that to finalize this question with your supervisor, because most of the cases they are very well prepared, so they are already there's a research ongoing and you have to fit in. And if you bring an external project, then it's quite hard to put them together. So it's more likely that you will start a new research project here in our university. How many students will be accepted for this year's scholarship? That's a good question. As far as I know, we, at least on the website of the Doctoral School, we have every year at least 10 students who we accept for scholarship. So yeah, that's what I can answer you. Hi, Daniela. Okay. So you have several questions. So one of them is, can I choose 2 programs? Well, you will choose. So it is. I would say that you will choose one program, but you can listen. So listen to courses from other programs. It's more so to that you choose. So the listed to a program is not is just something which we just have to document, but because there's a huge connectivity between all the programs there, it is not so it is not a problem that you want to attend courses or other events which are related to the other programs. So I would say that you belong to one program. Is it? And there was a second question. Sorry that. Okay, okay. Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. Is it necessary to have an article published for the midterm exam? No. So there is no. It is not a recommendation. It looks okay and very nice if you have an article, because it means that your progress is going significantly well. But most cases, and I say this is 90% of all the cases, is that the 2 articles are published in the 3rd and 4th year. Is there some kind of paid assistance in any department where I can participate? Good question. I would say that you have this when you get accepted. It is you have to discuss these with the head of the department if there are opportunities there. So another question. Is there a mentorship program in the doctoral school? If yes, how it is carried out? Okay, so we have student committees here in the university. Every faculty has its own student committee, and we can divide this in 2 parts. We have one which is for bachelor and master students, and one specifically for doctoral students. You can have a mentor when you come here to the university. This person helps you just to get all the information related to the university, or let's say Budapest. And if you later want to join this mentorship program to help other students, you are free to join these groups. So this is yes, you can do that. And of course, if you have any questions also related to the doctoral school, we have a student representative. This is me in this case. Just write an email, and I will try to answer you as soon as possible. And of course, I try to give you as much information as you need. And of course, you are free to write all the head of the programs as well. So how are short courses sourced? So short courses are always announced, so by every institute, university. If a researcher, of course, wants to have a presentation, it's also important that short courses, because of the COVID situation, are mostly held online in these times. And if you want to go to a short course, you can submit at talent support, what I've mentioned during my presentation, and they can finance your travel, your accommodation, and also the registration fee if needed. This means that you have to write in the end a very small report, just to show that what you've attended. And yes, this is most important information. So another question, is it possible to take short courses in different places if the same course is available in ELTE? It is. So of course you can attend it because as we were talking about it during the last half an hour, there is no limit. Of course, when you want to, so you should look at the difference between the course what you can attend to in the university here on ELTE, and also about the topics what they discuss in the other institutes. Because if you cover the same topics, it's not really useful to visit it. So, but of course, this relies a lot, of course, on you and also on your supervisor if it's necessary, because I mean, because this is mostly 1 or 2 weeks of your time where you focus on these short courses. But yeah, of course you can attend it if you want to. Okay, so we have no more questions. So I thank everyone and thank you for the interest for the questions. I thank Gorkmaz and Rostami for helping me here. And if you have any questions, you can write us. So you have here our email addresses, but you can find this also on the website, what I've shown you. And if you have any questions related to the application, also write email address, which is found on the lower left part of the PPT. And I thank you again for your interest. And well, I hope to see you here on our university. Thank you very much. And I say goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Thomas.